Hey, just so you know, this video will contain spoilers from Miraculous Ladybug. If you want, watch the episode I am about to talk about beforehand. But if you don't care about spoilers, then just stick around and enjoy. See you in the video. Hello everyone, I am the reviewer. My goal is to review every last episode of Miraculous Ladybug, from the very best that the show has to offer, to the absolute worst that the show has to offer. And today, instead of talking about episode 1 of season 1, we're going to be talking about episode 19 of season 4, Simpleman. In case you couldn't tell, I hate this thing with a burning passion. So for a bit of context, I was invited by one of my friends to a viewing party, and we decided that for some reason we'd torture ourselves with Simpleman. And you know what? I think this image right here perfectly describes how everyone reacted to it. Well, I have nothing else to say, so I might as well jump into it. This is my rant of Simpleman. Lord have mercy on my soul. My first major complaint about this episode has got to be the writing. Now, the episode starts off normal enough. In fact, it starts off relatively well. Until Roland gets akumatized into Simpleman and activates his power. Simpleman's powers, if you haven't guessed by his name, is to simplify the mind of literally everyone in Paris until they have the mind of a 5-year-old. This includes Shadow Moth. And we get this!
Foolish villain, you hit me! I'm taking back your power! Ha-ha! And I will stay hidden. That way I will win easily.
Someone, for the love of God, just end me! This is our main antagonist! Why is he sounding like a 5-year-old? Great job, Simpleman. You just ruined Shadowmoth for the entire episode. I'm just happy that it's just these 2 lines, and Shadowmoth says nothing else just cringeworthy. I'm just glad it's just these 2 lines.
Candy! Simpleman! Candy for Miraculous! Everyone loves candy!
I swear to God, we are only on the first point of this entire video, and I already want to quit. So, what's my second complaint about this episode? Simpleman himself. I know I already brought this up, but I can't stress enough. Simpleman's powers are the most annoying, stupid, and absolute worst I have ever seen from any villain of this show. And I mean that with every fiber of my being. Simpleman manages to outsuck the Bubbler, the Puppeteer, Reflecta, hell, even Queen Banana, Soul Crusher, Frightening Gale, Zombie Zoo, and even both versions of Mr. Pigeon. How is that even possible? And you know what? I'm not even gonna say that Simpleman is the worst villain of this episode. Nope. That title goes to Marinette Dupan freaking Chang! Now, Marinette starts the episode off normal enough. She's babysitting Manon, and even starts babysitting Ella, Etta, and even Chris. And you know what? She's the Guardian of Miraculous. She can handle this responsibility. Right? Right? Oh, you sweet summer children. The very second that Marinette gets a call from Adrian requiring her help, she doesn't explain to him that she's babysitting. Or maybe she's busy. Nope. She just takes the kids and drops them off with her grandfather without any hesitation. This is our guardian. The very second that her little Adrian is in trouble and needs her assistance, she will drop all responsibility at the drop of a hat just to be with him. This is not even a full-length review and my throat is already killing me! Oh, by the way, it gets worse! So Marinette goes over to Adrian and helps out. He just needed help with sewing a ring or something, I don't really care, that plot goes nowhere. And Marinette tries to confess to him. This is what happens.
How would you like to be 89.5% late for a movie? Oh, I meant to sing Under the Umbrellas of Ice Cream. Ah! I'm so pleased to have helped you and that you're thanking me, and now I can't thank you enough for thanking me. No, what I meant to say was...
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
So, Marinette fails to confess. What else is new? What is our guardian, main protagonist, and role model supposed to do? She decides to do this.
I know! I'll just have to break the wing again! I'll set up a fishing rod on the floor above him and drop a hook to grab the hold of it and rip it! That way Adrian will have to call me again, so I'll come repair his wing again, and he'll say thank you again, and... But that's even more complicated!
Do I have to point out what is exactly wrong here? We're having our main protagonist acting more like a main antagonist. And we're all supposed to be rooting for her. How can I root for her when she acts like this? And here's the best part. Marinette does not learn a thing in this episode. At the end of the episode, she tries to go through with this plan again, only to realize that it's overly complicated, overly stupid, and that Adrian should probably get a restraining order. So she decides to drop it and talk to him. You know what? That's progress. And just as she is about to talk to him, this is what she says.
The ice cream umbrella likes sewing perfume angels! Ah! No, what I'm trying to say is that ice cream will eat your wings to sew them back up in a song. Do you like fishing?
I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna go ballistic!
So, we talked about the writing. We talked about Simpleman. We even talked about Marinette Dupin freaking Chang! What's left? What is left that this episode has done to make me want to make this my first ever video on YouTube? It's this. Just this. This is a set of tweets that the creator of the show, Thomas Ostruck, posted on Twitter involving Simpleman. And all it really does is bash the older fan base, which I feel like is most of us! Thomas, if you've somehow managed to see this video, then can I just say something? On that first tweet, you stated how Simpleman is one of the best episodes of Miraculous. And you know what? I would have been fine with that if you had said that that was your opinion. Sure, I might have not agreed, But I can't deny that opinions are subjective. Something that you might like, I might absolutely despise. I know that I've had my fair share of episodes that a lot of people love that I just want to throw off a cliff and watch them burn. But then you had to say that anyone who disagrees are just blind to how meta it is. And that is a bunch of bull! I have seen every episode of the show, and I know the good episodes from the bad episodes. And even with all of the worst garbage this show, and even this season, has produced, at least I can enjoy something about them. Did Lady Wi-Fi's identity teasing make me want to swallow a box of nails? Yes, but at least I could enjoy the villain and the action scenes. In fact, I would say that Lady Wi-Fi is one of my favorite villains because of it. Do I think the Puppeteer has one of the most annoying villains and hate how they made the already mentioned Lady Wi-Fi a joke? Yes, I absolutely despise that. But at least I can enjoy the Puppeteer enjoying being evil. Gigantitan, yeah, it was a waste of time and an episode, but at least there were some moments I could laugh at, and it did a much better job somehow of displaying the message of don't overcomplicate your plans much better than this episode. Frightening Gale might fuck me up the ass with its constant rhyming, and how blind the people of Paris are, but at least the concept for the villain was interesting. Frozen might be a boring episode, but you know what? I like what they tried to do with the ships. That was, like I said before, interesting. And what about Chrismaster? Yes, it's a waste of time, and the most arrogant episode ever, seriously calling Marinette the most behaved kid in the world. But at least it was so stupid that I could enjoy it at times. Star Train might be literally the most boring episode ever, but at least it had the purpose of giving Max the horse miraculous. Kwame Buster might just be the most bullshit thing to come out of the show, but you know what? At least it was interesting. And Cat Blanc might just spit in the face of the fans while kicking us in the crotch, but at least it has some heartwarming moments, and it was a very interesting concept. Queen Banana and Soul Crusher might be completely ruining Chloe as a character and adding a Mary Sue as her replacement, but at least I can enjoy the action and the villains. And even Reflectall, an episode that I have considered the absolute worst of the series for the longest time now. I can at least realize what they tried to do, despite failing miserably. Simpleman has none of this. It has no good action scenes. It has no good villain. It has mediocre animation at best, and Marinette at her worst. Not to mention the tweets again, but rule number 1 about creating a show, ass truck, is that you never insult your fans. Simpleman is a terrible episode because of this, and that is why it gets the special treatment of me getting it done now. This episode doesn't deserve to be waiting until I get to season 4. This episode deserves to burn now. And that is my thoughts on Simpleman. So those are my thoughts on Simpleman. And given how this outro is being recorded after Ephemeral and Gabriel Agrest came out, I'm just gonna say it. Simpleman still tops them when it comes to how much pain they put me in. Yeah, they're bad, but this is still worse. And you know what? I just want to take this time and stop the screaming, stop the yelling, and just say thank you. I've had this video in the works for a while, and this entire channel has been an idea of mine for about a year or two now. And the only reason I'm only making videos now is because beforehand I lacked the self-confidence and felt like nobody would give a damn about my opinions. But on on Instagram, and especially my amino, I've received nothing but people encouraging me to review this show, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who's been asking how this is coming along, and understanding that this is gonna take time. I am not the most self-conscious person. I'm pretty sure you're using that correctly. I don't know. I am tired. But, yeah. I have nothing else to say other than thank you. I'll see you in the next video. And from the bottom of my heart, stay miraculous, everyone. I'm the reviewer, and I will see you next time. Peace.